Let's return to our bridge metaphor. Collaborative inquiry is the bridge, the process that connects data to results. The first step across the bridge is to build the leadership and capacity of data coaches and data teams to use data effectively. The second step is collaboration, where data teams meet regularly and follow a structured improvement process such as the using data process. Data team members use their time productively to improve teaching and learning. The third step is frequent and in-depth use of multiple data sources, including common assessments at the item level and analysis of student work. The final and necessary step to improve results is instructional improvement as a result of teachers sharing their successes, setting goals for improvement, adapting or modifying their instruction, and monitoring their results. All of this rests on the foundation of a collaborative culture based on a shared commitment to equity and trust. Let's now dive into the foundational elements of the DDI, or data-driven instruction, process. Deeply embedded in the DDI process is the ongoing collaboration among the members of a professional learning community, or PLC. These norms of collaboration create the foundation upon which a PLC can function both efficiently and effectively. Although you are engaged in an individual learning experience at this moment, the DDI process requires and is enhanced by frequent collegial conversations and collaboration. You are, in fact, a member of the DDI team at your school and should therefore become familiar with the 7 norms of collaboration. Please take a few minutes to read this slide. Here's a visual of the DDI cycle. We will analyze each phase in some detail shortly, but let's take a bird's eye view of the process right now. Educators using DDI start the process at phase 1 by making predictions about their student data. Then they move on to phase 2, where they create or use available visuals to represent the data. Following that, educators reach phase 3 and make observations about the data. After completing their observations, educators move on to phase 4, where they make inferences about the data. Afterwards, they create an action plan for target students, which is then implemented with their students. Finally, and throughout and after implementation, educators monitor and reflect on their instructional practice and student learning by reviewing new data. Then, the DDI process begins again with this new set of data. Now, we will explore DDI in greater depth. During the first phase, teachers make predictions about what the data might show based on what they know about their students. Here, you will state something like, Sandra reads well aloud and answers comprehension questions with little or no support. I assume she is reading at or near grade level. You may also say, I expect Roberto, Alexandra, and Pedro to be at Tres Amarillo because they are already decoding a few syllables and track the words left to right and top to bottom. Phase 2 is to go visual. During this stage, you create a visual representation of your data. You can, for instance, create a table or graph and then highlight and color code relevant information. But with school PACE, you won't need to. The advantage of using Enil in school PACE is that the data is represented visually for us, so we will seldom need to go out of our way to recreate the data visually. School PACE, for instance, allows the DDI team to look at school data globally by using the Enil data wall by classroom or by grade, as shown here. School PACE is also available for each classroom teacher. The classroom dashboard at the top provides at-a-glance visuals for the entire class and highlights each student's independent reading level, power goal, and last conference data. As you know from previous PD, the Enil organizer provides a deeper view of the data for the entire class. Additionally, the organizer uses links that offer teachers the means to easily reorganize and sort the data according to students' levels, power goals, and conference dates. Now that we've gone visual, let's explore phase 3. The next phase of the DDI process is to make observations and statements about the data. Here, DDI team members talk about what jumps at them, what patterns emerge, and what caught them by surprise. At this stage, we talk about what is evidence from the data and make no effort to explain the reasons why the data looks that way. In other words, we talk about what we see and refrain from making inferences about the data by using the word because. We will make inferences and freely use the word because during inferencing or phase 4. During the observation phase, you may say something like, 4 of my students are at level 3 amarillo and 6 are at verde. Or you may say, of my 18 students, 8 require emergency intervention. Let's try it. This is an Enil data wall by classroom for one of the district schools. Take 2 minutes to view the data for the home language arts classroom. What do you observe from this data set? Remember that at this point, you are making numerical or other observations drawn directly from the data without giving any explanations for what you see. Observations here may include something like, of 9 students in the home language kindergarten class, 4 are at the emergency level. What other observations can you make? Please share your thoughts in the share board that is coming right up.